I wanted to check in on this Berserker comic by Keanu Reeves and Boom Studios because it's probably going to end up being the biggest crowd-funded comic of all time. Pretty much Boom went to Keanu Reeves and said, hey, you want to do a comic book? He said, sure. They teamed him up with somebody to write it because I don't think Keanu Reeves has ever written anything, and that's fine. I'm not down on the guy. I think the idea is sound. It actually looks like a pretty cool comic. By the way, there are multiple ways to get this book. You don't have to get it on Kickstarter. It's actually going to go into comic book shops. This is an attempt to get new people to come into comic books. Like, hey, we're trying to reach a whole new crowd of people. Like people on Kickstarter, I'm sure Kickstarter is promoting this, so it's probably showing up in other things. Like people will see, oh, Keanu Reeves, cool, I'll buy this book. I think it's a smart idea. You're bringing new people to the medium, which is something that people in comics should want, though I really don't think they do. I think people in the mainstream comic book industry want to shrink the market. I really do, because of the things they've done, and I'll go over some stuff. But they were very upset. They were upset about the idea of Keanu Reeves coming in, a major publisher using crowdfunding. So you have all of the bums, all of the people in mainstream comics that crap on customers, that call customers garbage and istophobes and run around telling you how you need to vote and wagging their finger at you. They're very upset that a movie star and a publisher were using crowdfunding, even though DC Comics, I believe, has done it before, though I'm not 100% sure on that. They don't like that. It's taking the spotlight off of them. It's making them not so noticed, like anybody would have bought their trash in the first place. So you had a lot of them getting really upset. There's a lot of tea right here that got spilt. You can see all of these people coming in. A lot of people just whining and crying. This guy I remember talking about last time, he got into animation, and he trashes Boom, one of his first jobs, and was probably something that he used to get his job in animation. Not recognize that people got to start somewhere. Like, okay, you got to go to animation, but now you're going to trash your previous employee. It's not going to look good. It's not going to look. Here's the art for Berserker. I'm really fascinated by this because this is an interesting thing, and I think that it shows that people do want comics. They want comics that look like this, right? Look how badass that looks. Looks fun, right? Looks good. They definitely don't want stuff like this. You know what I'm saying? This is mainstream comics right here. This is Marvel Comics. Spider-Woman. Okay? I can tell you how you got here real quick. This is kind of where this started. You had this picture of Spider-Woman, even though Spider-Man does the same pose, but people forget that men and women have different looking bodies. So, they got upset about this, which led to stuff like this. I mean, Marvel went through a whole period. Stuff like this. This whole, if anybody remembers this Mockingbird poster or comic cover, it's such a joke. Marvel and to a lot of extent DC are just such walking jokes. DC is getting a little bit better, actually, I think, despite some of the things they're doing. I think they're trying to walk the line between getting the regular customers happy and then still trying to run this NPC Puritan market. We'll see how that works out for them. Marvel's just still pretty much all in on NPC Puritans. They do want... they have stuff like Venom and Thor, which are pretty good, but for the most part, you still get a lot of trash like this over there. And this is what led to the downfall of mainstream comics, is trash like this. They've lost the people that they could have had, with the Keanu Reeves books, if they had just kept going, but they didn't want to cater to those people anymore. We want this new audience. We're going to give our old audience the finger. If they don't like us giving them the finger, we'll just call them istophobes, say they hate women and POC and stuff. Like, it's a terrible strategy, and it shrunk the comic book market drastically. And, Boom is doing what they can to try to pull new people in. There's a lot of people buying that Berserker book, and to say, all of them will just read that and run off is kind of ludicrous. There'll be some people that will transition from that into regular comics and probably pick up some comics they wouldn't have if they had never read Berserker. I think that that's a likely scenario. But it's just funny seeing this. Like, nobody wanted this. Nobody wanted this shit. And if there's one thing that like Berserker shows you and a lot of Comicscape books show you, is that people still do want comics and they're willing to pay for comics. They just don't want to pay for this trash. And that's why a lot of them left. And you're probably not going to get a lot of them back. I don't know how you fix the mainstream comic book industry. At this point, I don't know if you can. Keanu Reeves, though, real quick. Apparently, Marvel's interested in him for a Moon Knight. That'd be kind of cool. He also is willing to make fun of himself. I saw this. I just wanted to throw this in here real quick. He was very insistent that they put the sad Keanu Reeves meme in here. You know that he's like sitting on a bench. I don't think it's in here, but he's like sitting on a bench, and he looks really sad. It's kind of what this is inspired by. But yeah, it looks like it's going to be the biggest crowdfunded comic of all time. Backer Kit has it at $1,462,000, which is pretty damn impressive. That's what it's supposed to come out at. That could be possible. It's only got 5 days left. And look, I don't want to tell you to go back this because the cheaper way to do this is just go to your comic book shop and put it on a pull list. You're not going to get the first graphic novel of this because that's how it is. It's three graphic novels that you're going to get with this. But they're all going to go to comic book shops first. So I honestly want to tell you, just go to a comic book shop and get it if you're interested in it. But I understand some people would just back it and walk away. I mean, that's up to you. It's your choice. But all of the tea that got spilled, all of the drama, all of the butthurtery over this book, I find it funny. And I'm glad that it did well in spite of them because I really dislike a lot of people in mainstream comics because they truly did wreck and destroy the industry so that they could put shit like this out and shit like this, thinking that this is what was going to push it to the new level. And it just ruined everything. Anyway, that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. There'll be a live stream tonight. I'll see you there. Follow me over on Twitch. Also, doing a watch party over there tonight. I think we're going to start watching The Boys. So follow me over there, and you can watch it with me. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment. How do you feel about the comic book industry? How do you feel about Berserker? Do you think they're right that they shouldn't use crowdfunding? Let me know in the comments. Also, if you would, share the video. Throw a like up. Make sure you're still subscribed. Subscribe if you're new. Hit that notification bell. And I'll see all of you on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out.